was everywhere, and you were very much publicly scrutinized. And here we are reliving this chapter in your life, and really something that runs to present day.
Into the world, studying abroad in Italy. I had no idea that my dream was about to become a nightmare.
Meredith? Oh my God.
Why was now a scripted story of your life, and what are you hoping to convey to audiences this time around?
This was the right first approach to doing this series. It was right after the birth of my daughter, and I was want this like dark cloud that had hovering over me my entire adult life. I didn't want to pass. I felt a deep sense of urgency to find closure, to make sense of it, and to reclaim a sense of murder.
And do you feel like after the completion of this, yes, it hasn't been released to the world, but do you feel like you have that sense of...
So this is the story of how you arrive at a sense of completion and a sense of regaining agency, right? Like the story begins with my choice to go back to Italy to confront my prosecutor. And that's more personal story than what people might expect. Like I think that was a key motivator, came in and executive produced, and also KJ Steinberg, the creator and showrunner, is this is a story of Italy to have a beautiful study abroad experience, right? And only one of them survives. The legacy of this traumatic event into her future, into her life. How do you reclaim who you are, and a sense that you are not just a victim of these external forces, but that's what this story is about.
I feel like you're getting emotional.
I am getting emotional. It's a very emotional thing, right? Nearly 20 years to arrive at a point where I feel free. You can't go back and I can't go back and get back the girl who had never had anything bad happen to her. Right? Like, I can't go back to that person, but I can, and not just feel diminished by it, but actually propelled by it, propelled forward.
Living this chapter of your life that was just the hardest to like redigest.
I mean, there are a lot of moments. The one that I was most concerned about getting right.
Where did you go the night of Meredith's murder?
Do I need a lawyer right now to get you in Indiana?
Where did you go?
Please.
In reality, I underwent 53 hours of interrogation over 5 days, right? So we have to dramatize it, which means we condense it down to its most essential elements. But that every single person in the room is taken on. It's not just me, but it's my interrogators themselves. This false narrative being created and then landing in this psychological distress. And for me, experience and been deeply misunderstood by it, I was concerned to get it right. But also now as a criminal justice, I wanted to show that it's not like interrogations are not like what you see in the movies. This is what it really like. Be made to feel utterly insane. Like,
I mean, 53 hours, how can insane afterwards?
You say that, but
yeah.
like lots of people,
but they have a different take on what it should look. That had to be tweaked. That was a creative change. Were there many others for this to go to television?
I mean, things like, for instance, there's this great scene where when I tell my family that I want to go, there's conflict, right? And there's an eruption, like there's over what our expectations of that are going to be, and whether reality, those kinds of conversations took place multiple times over a long distance of time, things, and bringing them all into one scene so that they convey the emotional and psychological truth. Documentary, this was said, then this was said, right? Exactly.
For the format of it being intelligent. This, you chose to have the production shot in Italy. Why was that important for you to do? And you guys did see it actually in Perugia, and you also chose not to go to set, to production. Am I correct in saying that?
In Italy, and so it was important for me to show Italy. Like this is and I know that my story to this day remains a controversial one in Italy. Why I wanted to bring it to Italy is because I think that we need to take ownership over and I think that also I really wanted to showcase this beautiful place. Like the scenes that it's like ironic that there was backlash because the scenes that we wanted to show was this early like experience, and all of like the dark, tortured scenes of what I went. We actually filmed in Budapest. So
oh wow,
right?
The magic of television.
Yeah, magic of these scenes that are showcasing the beauty of Italy and the joy of being a study abroad student.
Were filmed in
Those
Italy.
were filmed.
Executive producer. How did that come into fruition? And the two of you both experienced traumatic and were 20s. Was that something that the two of you found yourself bonding and empathizing with one another over?
Certainly. I mean, so I met Monica back in 2017. That was the first time we met, and it was ever public talk that I had been invited to give. This is at a moment in my life where I am to be in crowds. I spent my entire adult life not being believed, being made to feel like anything I said light, that nothing I could say would matter. And then I'm invited to give this talk, and Monica is also at this event. And this is Monica Lewinsky, the woman who went through this experience before life, come to define her, diminished her, reduced her to a punchline, and she emerged with her variety art in a sense that there was a path forward. So she was a model for me, and I asked him, took me under her wing, gave me guidance, gave me reassurance. And all these years later, this show. So this show wouldn't exist were it not for Monica keeping an eye on me, that I was another young woman who had been completely demolished by the media. I was attempting to rebuild my life and reclaim my story in a way that, she had been trailblazing that, held my hand through this journey. And I can't thank her enough. And the reason why she and I did in doing this job right is because we want to make it easier for the next person. She made it easier for me, easier for the next person, and that's what it's all about.
And I would be remiss not to mention Meredith, because Meredith has said, I don't understand the purpose of the series. You want reconciliation with her family. If for what do you hope they feel or take away from it?
Well, I think I understand this story has been mistold so much in the past. Like even the fact that people don't even know the name of the person who actually murdered Meredith shows how this story has been twisted out of focus, has always been twisted and misunderstood. There's been so much misinformation. And like I said, two young women who go to study abroad and have the best time of their life, and only one of them, person who has been a part of this project, has been deeply, deeply invested in honoring.
Right.
Because here I am, the one who survived, who's carrying my legacy and hers. It's like we really try to show who is this young woman who had her life stolen